Hi folks, Rob Satanovic here with Island Home Marketing, RE/MAX Alliance. We're here at a property that I'm about to list doing a pre-listing home inspection. Now you might be wondering why a seller would be doing a pre-listing home inspection. Well, there's several reasons. Number one, if there are any immediate repairs that they have to deal with, it's best that they do that before they put the home on the market. Number two, they want to avoid any sort of price renegotiation should an offer come in and the buyer finds something out in their buyer's inspection report. Number three, as with any province, there's a big push for disclosure, and the BC government regulates that we have to disclose anything that could affect the value of a property or the enjoyment of the property. So it's good that the seller knows of any latent material defects beforehand. And finally, it's to encourage multiple offers or offers with little or no conditions as possible. So let's go in and see James. He's with Safe and Sound Home Inspections. Let's see how he's doing. Hey James, how's it going?
Good, Rob, how are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Let's have a seat over here.
Sure thing. Hey James, so we have some viewers here, and I thought we'd just briefly chat before we get into the inspection. First, about your company here. Maybe you could tell the viewers how long you've been in the inspection business and what made you get into the industry.
For sure, Rob. Back in 2005, I was unfortunately in a workplace accident, and that actually forced me into being able to do retraining. At the point there, I had a couple of different options, and I was looking at house inspections. It was a newer, upcoming business, and decided to go through that. So I've been in business for 12 years now. When I first got started, I was working with an engineer and worked with him for 2 years in order to be able to get enough information to be able to go out on my own.
Excellent. So why do you think your services are so important to any real estate transaction?
Well, it's really good when you're getting into purchasing houses in order to be able to understand what you're getting into, whether there's large infrastructure problems, things along those lines, even with some of the smaller things these days, and understanding a home and the efficiencies of the house as well.
Exactly, okay. And sort of when you're doing a home inspection, what sort of structural or mechanical systems do you go through the house to inform your buyers or your sellers?
Well, basically we start from the top, we go all the way down through to the foundation area. So basically it's 5 different categories. We go through the roof and upper structure, the foundation and lower structure. We've got both your plumbing, your electrical, and then all your heating systems that are in the home. So basically everything we kind of go through. Obviously we can't see through walls, but we do the best we can in order to ensure that you're getting a good purchase.
Right. So over the years, you've done probably hundreds, if not 1,000 or more home inspections?
Probably say a little bit higher than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the strangest thing that you've come across that you could tell
Oh,
our
Rob,
viewers?
there's so many different things you can bring up. I'll give you a little light one. There was one house that I was in, and they had done a suite down in the basement, and they decided that they were going to close off the stairwell. And what they decided to do is they framed the actual stairwell with the original oak hand railing, and then basically scabbed on the structure in order to be able to put a drywall up on it. So you can find some interesting things.
Leading
definitely.
to nowhere. Yeah. And your industry, I understand, just like mine, has been recently going through a lot of changes, regulatory, licensing. What's something that, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 2009 they put in regulation that we had to be licensed through the consumer protection. So in that there's been a lot of growing pains, them trying to find out what they need to do, how they can regulate, how to get inspectors in. So there's a lot of really goods with it because obviously they have to show proficiencies in doing the work. There's a couple of downsides too where transition gets lost once you're into the industry about career development points and things along those lines, but they're definitely working on it to make it better for the consumer more so than anything.
Right. So what sort of advice could you give anybody that's looking to buy or sell a home when it comes to building inspections?
Well, the biggest thing is obviously contacting the inspector, find out what they look at and what they do. The really big ones are, make sure you're finding somebody that's going to work for you specifically. Obviously, it's not about the goods and bads with a home, but they want to make sure you're getting a wide variety of the systems being worked on and looked at in the home. Yeah. It's definitely one that you want to do an inspection because you really need to find the ins and outs of things. A lot of people will use friends and family, and sometimes they don't know what they're really looking at. Because we look at it on a daily basis, we have a little bit better knowledge in some of the areas that can be concerns that other people may not see.
Fantastic. And James, why don't you tell our viewers what parts of the island or what areas do you service here on Vancouver Island?
I actually work from Sydney to Victoria and then Victoria all the way up to Nanaimo. I don't find it any differences. I also work on all of the islands, all the Gulf Islands. So it's a pretty wide area that I do work. So basically South Island.
So there you have it, folks. James Parr, Safe and Sound Home Inspections here in Victoria. Rob Satanovic, Remax Alliance. If you want your business profiled or if you'd like to do an interview such as this, by all means, just give me a call. Thanks again, James.
Thank you.
Let's get into this report now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.